Oh yes, legends, we are live. Make sure to absolutely destroy that like button. We are going to be taking a look at the Bitcoin and some altcoins eventually, because we have got you've been buying some altcoins throughout the last few weeks, even last couple of months. We can see the altcoin market has been getting destroyed. Okay, we're going to be analyzing, most importantly, the price of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin still looks relatively good, guys. I am going to be going through the analysis and explain the different scenarios here on the price of Bitcoin. We did get the volatility throughout Saturday and Sunday, just early this morning as well, just finishing this huge major collapse, okay, on the price of Bitcoin, and especially those altcoins, guys. We're going to go through the technical analysis on Bitcoin, why I think we are still pretty good. When you zoom out, you can clearly see that this is a very small corrective move compared to the price action of the last 2 years, right? We're in a big, massive uptrend, just a nice little pullback. Now we'll be explaining in detail the scenarios that we could see in the next coming days, okay? Looking at those trading scenarios, trading levels, and taking a look at some altcoins. A lot of altcoins such as 𝗖𝗿𝗆 getting a larger dip than I expected. This has been invalidated. However, you know, just holding into the loss, basically the unrealized loss, because I know a lot of people are holding a big major unrealized loss on some altcoins that they have been buying throughout the last few weeks, guys. Many of us are in that game as well, of course, and this is just hold on tight, guys. This is not going to be an easy ride. Lots of them are at the lows from last year, even the lows from August, some lows of November, okay? And we just need to hold on. Is this a good buying opportunity? I'm going to be talking about some other altcoins, ICP as well, getting the big major collapse down, hitting $5 on average, $5.50. We have Avalanche as well. I mean, most of the altcoins, Polkadot has got a devastating collapse coming all the way down to the base, basically from the bear market lows. Polkadot being one of the, you know, top 50 altcoins, getting that huge major correction, right? That huge major collapse. Now, these kind of events are actually pretty good. We're back in fear in the fear and greed index, and it has been the biggest liquidation event since the FTX collapse and even the C19 drop back in March of 2020. Now, those big major liquidations events, they did signal a bottom, okay? We had some major ones in the last 2 years that have also signaled a bottom formation, okay? When we do take a look at the liquidation here map, we can see how. Let's see if this does load up. Let's just remain a little bit patient. But anyway, this did happen, okay, back in we can see here in 2024 we had a major dip back in August, and also one right over here in round about September of 2023, okay? These big major liquidation events, I mean, yeah, now it's loading. There we go. These big major liquidation events did signal a bottom formation. We can see this one happening here in between August and September of 2023. We could see the price going sideways, you know, ever so slightly testing the lows and then getting a big massive recovery. Also, this one happening right over here throughout August of 2024, okay? We can see how we got that major liquidation event, and then the price went sideways for many weeks, but ultimately had a pretty decent recovery. This is looking at the Ethereum chart, okay? So this massive multi-billion liquidation event did happen, obviously, on multiple cryptos, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, we've you know, this major collapse has happened throughout the entire crypto space. Should we be worried? Is this a big major opportunity? Taking a look at the Bitcoin dominance, I know a lot of people are going to say it's because of the tariffs and all of this. We ain't going to talk about that, guys, okay? We will be focusing mainly on the technical analysis on Bitcoin, just to really realize where we at in the market and why I still believe that another all-time high will be happening for Bitcoin in the next coming weeks, potentially, right? There's a few pattern formations that I want to discuss here that I want you basically know about, all right, and get ready for this possible situation. Now, there's some big major kind of bearish news, right? The last time America increased tariffs like this, it was in 1930, and it triggered the Great Depression. Of course, this long term is good for the US because they will be getting out of debt very likely with this, because they're going to start, overall, not taking too much imports from other countries, right? So, but it's a short-term possible bad reaction for the American economy and market, right? Till they actually, find their own stuff. So this is something very disturbing, without a doubt, right? This is without a doubt very disturbing. Last time they increased the tariffs, it was in 1930. And this, obviously, we know what happened, crack 29. We got into the Great Depression, and this was a multi-year recession, right? Also, when we do take a look at other data as well, is the interest rate cuts, right? We've been seeing interest rates go up too much for too long, and we haven't seen major cuts on interest rates. This also happened in 2008, right? 2006, 2007 is when we were still increasing rates. We went pretty flat here throughout 2007. We started cutting rates, and then we entered that recession in 2008 throughout 2009. Very similar curve here. This also happened back in the dot-com bubble, right? We had a slight increase in interest rates, went flat for a while, started cutting rates. And as we were cutting those rates, okay, we entered that, that recession in 2001. Now, these recessions are just a few months, basically. On average, it's in between 6 and 18 months. And then the market recovers very nicely. It's just a healthy correction. Now, we saw the interest rates going up, right, throughout 2022, pretty flat 2023 and 2024, and, starting to cut throughout end of 2024 and beginning of 2025. This similar scenario happened in 2008. As we were cutting rates, entered the recession. As we were cutting rates in 2001, entered that small little recession there for several months. Are we seeing the same thing, right? Are we seeing the same thing? I mean, potentially yes. We just, the data is there as well. And we also see the last time, they increased tariffs, it was in 1930, which led to the Great Depression. Hey, there are little signs out there about, a possible recession/depression, but Bitcoin is doing pretty damn good for the moment. Is this the top? Like I said, I haven't sold much of my Bitcoin. Most of my portfolio is Bitcoin. Just a little tip here, guys. Make sure to destroy the like button, because we'll be focusing on the technical analysis regardless, looking at the trading opportunities as we go through the live stream. But I think this is, something pretty interesting to know about, right? Where, things can get pretty nasty. Or was this the shakeout? Was this the shakeout and we are ready for the recovery? Well, I don't know really, based on, the data out there. What I do know is that the charts still look pretty damn good. Is there a chance that the top is in? Hey, there is a chance that it could be in. Let's leave it that way, right? This is why I sold 5% of my entire Bitcoin, holdings at $90,000 and 5% just slightly above $100,000. So in this range, I kind of sold 10% of my entire Bitcoin that I've been accumulating the last few years. And that is just to stay on the safe side. So would I sell some more? For the moment, no. For the moment, I'm not going to sell any of my spot Bitcoin. 10% was, significant. I'm happy with, that 10% sell of accumulation that's happened throughout the last few years. And I'm happy with my cash holdings for the moment. And yeah, I'm actually dabbling into a few altcoins. So we need to focus on the technical analysis, guys, because yeah, we kind of in doubt right now. I can feel it, throughout social media. I got a few DMs of people that, basically telling me their story. And yeah, a classic one is that they had positions open and been adding to position, guys, I have not been trading throughout the weekend. I've been saying to the Legends trading community, not going to be trading. There are a couple of levels that we might get a reaction. We, no entry zones. We know our stop losses. Lots of people, especially that are trading altcoins and leverage trading altcoins, and they're expecting a reversal. If they're using more than a 3-4x, then they are getting absolutely wrecked eventually, right? Especially if you're leverage trading altcoins. If you're holding a spot bag, you're just maintaining that loss, right? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you're holding. It keeps dipping. You buy a bit more and it keeps dipping until the price does reverse at some point, right, in the next coming months, especially for those altcoins that are at rock bottom levels, guys. When I did take a look at Polkadot, I was like, wow, right? We came all the way down to the bear market low. So many altcoins, I'm not sure, some people have, different altcoins, your favorite altcoin. I have a few altcoins, especially the ones that I've been buying, guys. I bought a bunch of 𝗖𝗿, and this is down, but hey, what can I say? This is a zone where you actually see it as an opportunity, or you just hold on. Eventually, this is no time to panic sell, guys. This is not a zone to sell. If I haven't been selling some altcoins on the run to the upside, I am not going to sell on the movement down. I can tell you that, right? At a loss. I'm going to hold on tight, guys. It is zero or hero kind of scenario for the next coming months. And could it be more bumpy? Absolutely yes, guys. Okay, absolutely. But if I am buying any altcoins, I want to buy on the dips. I want to buy here, regardless if it does dip lower, there will be some kind of recovery coming in the future, right? It's not going to go down forever, sorry. So overall, I'm going to go through the comment section. I hope you people are good. I did get a couple of DMs of people, I'm not going to share them eventually, but getting wrecked because they've been adding to the position and just buying more and more and adding to the position on leverage trades. And, we focus on Bitcoin trading. There's certain levels we need to be very, very respectful to this market. And we just need to enter exactly where we want to enter, with an invalidation, with tight stop losses, with good risk management, right? Keep it 1 to 3%, a max loss on a trading setup. This is why I kind of moved away from swing trading, because the moment that I got wrecked was in a swing trade back in 2019, where I was adding to the position and I was hoping for a reversal at some point, right? And I can turn a day trade into a swing trade, but there are many different scenarios for a swing trade. In the case of Bitcoin, I do realize that there is a possibility that the price could dip down below $90,000 and then recover. So I'm aware that the price could bounce from this zone, create one more low, and then go to all-time high. I'm aware that the price could actually dip down beneath these lows and hit the low 80k levels and then recover. Now, if you are using more than a 10x leverage, then you're going to be in big trouble here based on that position. So I prefer look at day trading levels. As always, guys, we focus on day trading scenarios, and if that level is not respected and it hits our invalidation point, which is usually quite close to our entry, then we just stay away, right? We stay away, no adding to position, guys. And that's what we do here best on the channel. Now, let me go quickly through the comment section. If you do enjoy the content, let me see that like button go up to a new all-time high. Okay, let's try and get it to at least 500 likes, guys, in the next 10 minutes. That would be absolutely awesome. And let's go through the comment section. I want to know your opinion, guys. I want to read you through, okay? Very important to go through, hey, how are you dealing with this dip, okay? I hope everybody stayed safe with leverage. Stay cautious, because people that do not have control on these kind of movements, and especially when they're in the wrong side of the market, these people get wrecked. This was over a $2 billion of long liquidations. And I know a lot of people got hurt with this move. I got my portfolio down. Hey, that's totally fine. Even if my portfolio is up, I'm not selling. And even if it's down, I'm not selling, okay? I did take some profits on a few altcoins, did manage to scratch some profits, as you do know if you're a legit follower on Constellation DAG, Valor Network, and, PRQ. There is a few of them that I did manage to actually scratch some profits because it did reach the March highs, but a lot of them are at below entry zones, such as ICP. ICP, I am down over 20% from the bags that I bought around about $8 range, $8-9. Avalanche as well. Avalanche is down also another 20-25%. 𝗖𝗿, I'm down, almost 50% on 𝗖𝗿. That I bought throughout the last few weeks. Of course, these are not big bags. These are altcoins, and they are for the mid-long term. But overall, portfolio, yeah, it's in the red. I don't live off my portfolio, so it's just there, and you're going to have to hold on, right? This bumpy ride. Selling now in panic. I'm not doing so, guys, okay? Just to let you know that I am not doing that. You do not sell as the price drops because of a possible recession. I mean, this is actually good. You get that fear in the market, right? Lots of fear in the market. You have all of this data right there. Last time this happened, it was the Great Depression as the tariffs went up. You do have this data, which is a little bit disturbing for me as interest rate cuts happen. This is the last 2 times we had a recession, okay, when we saw this. We're just cutting rates now throughout the last few months. So, it's a little bit disturbing, but, we're going to hold on. The cash is okay. Sold 10% of my Bitcoin holdings, and I'm happy to hold that cash for whatever could happen. And that's my case, guys. I want to read the comment section, see how are you guys dealing with this, okay? Let's go through comment section, and then we go and focus through the price of Bitcoin, because I know you are, really wanting to know what the heck is going on. Was this the double top? I still believe that this is corrective, guys. This is not an impulsive move down. This was not the top for Bitcoin. There is a possibility that we could wick below, okay? Not a big breakout. I do believe it could be a dip beneath $90,000. The possibility is there. However, I would still be bullish. Again, I want to explain why throughout this live stream, why I do believe that, if we do dip below $90,000, I would still even be bullish on that scenario. And that has to do with this movement that we had throughout the last few weeks. And that this is not a double top, and we're going to go down to $70,000, $60,000 in the next coming weeks, in my personal opinion, okay? And there's analysis that I want to provide here why that is the most unlikely scenario. So I haven't sold more Bitcoin, especially with this movement down. I did sell Bitcoin in between 90,000 and just slightly above 100,000, around about 10% in total. I don't want to sell more Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is like for the long term, right? And I'm happy with the cash reserves that I still have. I'm not sure how you're handling the strategy here, but I'm just sharing my strategy. This was a crazy crash, says Valerie. Yes, altcoin portfolio looks extremely bad. No, it is what it is. But this is why it's so important that the highest amount of your portfolio needs to be Bitcoin if you're accumulating for the long term eventually, right? So, my biggest holding of crypto is Bitcoin. After that, it is Chainlink. And after that, it is Ethereum. After that, there's a few high caps and low caps, right? There are the rest of the portfolio, which is not that much. Eventually, you want the big ones, the ones that hold strong, the proper ones, the highest amount of your portfolio. And then the other ones are just pure speculation. If you can do some 5Xs and 10Xs over here, or hold an unrealized loss of 60, 70%, right? Which is the case for many altcoins, for me in this case. I hope everybody is safe. Let's go quickly through the comment section and say hello to the beautiful community. Okay, guys, I hope you're doing absolutely okay with this drop. And we'll be analyzing the price of Bitcoin. And I will be explaining some different scenarios that could play out. And with these different scenarios, we have some trading setups to back up. Okay, we got some trading setups from these different scenarios that I'm going to explain in this live stream, where we could be looking for some day trading opportunities. At the end of the day, yes, this has been a bull run, mainly for Bitcoin. Yes, Solana, a bit for Chainlink, a bit for XRP. I'm doing, some of them are 5, 10x, right? XRP over a 5x, Solana from the lows, even a 20x. it has been a bull run, right? Bitcoin has done over about a 6x on average, right? From the 20K zone. So, you know, I've had a bull run. Now it's time to be, you know, a little bit defensive, or is it aggressive buying right now on altcoins? We can take a look at some altcoins right now as well, because I don't see them going much lower. Could it take several weeks or months to bottom out and get a recovery? Absolutely. But this is not a moment for me to panic sell those altcoins that I've been buying throughout the last few weeks, okay? Not a moment to panic, guys. It's a moment to hold on tight. But we focus the channel on Bitcoin trading, Bitcoin analysis. We are here in the bull run. We are here in the bear market because we try and look for day trading opportunities every single day on the channel. And just because of that, guys, you know, if you are more focused in the day trading perspective and technical analysis, make sure to destroy the like button. We're going to be focusing on that right away. Just a little bit of chit chat, guys, throughout the beginning of the live stream. Let me go quickly through the comment section. Guylan, how are you doing, my man? Big Don 25. Damn, we need you, Andy. I am here. Coin Hoover. VIX rolls over after a huge spike. Time to buy. Looks for longs. Awaiting for masterful TA. Supra TA, please, sir. We can take a look at Supra later on. Rohan, how are you doing? Fartcoin to National Reserve. My man, I don't think that is going to happen. Down, says Jordan. Yeah, I've got a coin here, which is with you know, a dog with hat, right? I'm not sure if I loaded it, this one right over here. Dog with hat. This was like the star altcoin meme coin from 2024. It was the star meme coin, okay? Dog with hat. And holy moly, this is like down. This was almost trading at $5 just a couple of months ago, right? This one's down at 70 cents just today, guys. I mean, this is like proper collapse, bear market kind of thing, right? This was the bear market for dog with hat, right? Absolutely crazy, guys. These meme coins, you know, if you are buying very high as well, you're basically getting wrecked. So anyway, we're going to focus on Bitcoin. Let me just do a quick hello to the community, okay? As you do, smash up the like button, and we're going to focus on the price of Bitcoin, guys. We are here to trade. We ain't here to cry. If you want to go and cry, then shut the stream, go to somewhere else where it's going to give you a little bit of hopium and tap you on your shoulder. But here we're going to focus on technical analysis and look for trading opportunities with good risk management. That's what we do, guys. So we're going to do that. And for that, you know, make sure to destroy the like button if you do enjoy the content. Guyla, my man, my ass has imprint of my hands waiting for bullish signs. Oriel, how are you doing? Ahmed, no financial advice. Ahmed 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽, bros, volume so low. Let me know. Okay, sorry, the volume is low. Is the volume low? Let me know. Should be okay. Should be okay. Yeah, the volume is fine. Ponzi scheme at its best, says Sly Cash. Everything is rugged, says Jay. Yeah. Turn up your mic. The mic is good, man. The mic is good. You sold at 48K too, says Gamlet. I did probably take a bit of profits at 48K, but yeah, I still held most of the Bitcoin, okay? I still hold most of the Bitcoin. So yeah, overall, watched your TA last week and got into a nice short from $105,800. Absolutely epic. You must have entered in this zone because, yeah, I mean, we talk about the bullish and the bearish case scenario. I have to say I missed out on this short. I was saying to the Legends trading community how we were, you know, reading this price action as a three-wave move, right? I will be going through the technical analysis here and how very likely we could be forming a three-wave structure. The bullish case here in a 112 was not my favorite entering into the weekend. So without a doubt, any shorts to be taken at higher levels or a lower high here for this 1-2 or an AB was definitely an option. As you do form a three-wave move down and a three-wave move up, there is two scenarios. You form a higher low and you move up, or you form a lower high and you move to the downside, right? To claim this low eventually. And this is, you know, a structure that I want to talk about throughout this stream in the next coming minutes. So yeah, overall, you know, I missed out on this short. I was just not paying attention, not sure what time this was. It was late night and I didn't manage to short here, didn't manage to short here either. But it was without a doubt a possibility for a short trade, because we were talking about this scenario, right? And I preferred this scenario like this, right? Because in this area, I got into a beautiful long position right over here based on a WXY. And then this was the C wave, right? This was the C wave right over here. And inside of this C wave, I mean, for me, it was pretty obvious that we formed a bit of a contracting move right there. We got a contracting move ever so slightly contracting right over here, as we did form a 5-wave move to the upside, right? For me, this was a WXY right over here, because we did have a zigzag from this level. We formed a zigzag right over here. We formed also a zigzag right over here, more like a double zigzag or a triple zigzag. You can micro count this. And then looked for the flat scenario, which was one scenario that got into a beautiful long trade right over here. So for me, this B wave ended right over here. And the start of the pump, right, was from this level. And what is interesting about this is that you had that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? A bit like in a contracting move right there, ever so slightly. Just missed by being a contracting move by a few dollars. If we would have pumped a little bit more, it would have been a contracting move, more like an expanding move. But regardless, we did have 5 waves here, right? We did have 5 waves right over here, which was completing that ABC move. So there was 2 scenarios. It was like bullish, you know, we should hold the 50% or the 618 Fibonacci, right? Most commonly, and you get the next move to the upside and explosion. We did get that pump, or we formed a zigzag here, and then we're going to zigzag back down, which was the case, right? Very bearish throughout the weekend. Just a massive waterfall, ended up with a massive liquidation event. Let me just zoom in on the lower time frames, guys, because maybe there's a nice long setup here. Don't tell me that we hit the VWAP already. Almost hitting the VWAP. A little bit of aggressive. I think there is a very similar scenario that we could pay attention to right now, which is a double 1-2, because this, on anybody's eyes, coming from a downtrend, is a ABC move, right? I know, guys, this is completely ABC. This is a 3-wave structure. This should be the top, and we are rolling down in the next coming hours. I'm actually giving the bulls a chance here. I'm going to give the bulls a chance of forming a 1-2, 1-2 right there. And there are some specific levels that I really like. I mean, it would have been nice to come down to the VWAP, because that is the level that I really like. Eventually, VWAP is mainly good support or resistance. We're ever so slightly front running it right now. If we do come up to the highs, then it is what it is. I'm going to remain a little bit patient, guys. But overall, the fact that if we do roll down from here, I think it's about time to get a pretty decent bounce, right? It is about time to get a pretty decent bounce, in my opinion, right? That we should be getting a larger dead cat bounce. A larger dead cat bounce, a bit of a 3-waver. In my opinion, this has been enough for a long liquidation. There's over 2 billion long liquidations happening, okay, throughout cryptocurrency in the last 24 hours. That is a big hit. It's bigger than the FTX collapse and bigger than the C19 crash in 2020. So it's been bigger than that. And that time was the lows, right? However, I do think that there is a chance, okay, in hitting the lows again. Let's talk about the most bullish case scenario, and shout out to 𝗕𝗏. 𝗕𝗏 was talking this, which I don't think is the highest probability. Okay, I have to be honest. I don't think it's likely, but it's possible. And the main reason why it's not that likely is looking at this as a wave 1. I still don't like this to be considered as a wave 1 because of this 3-wave structure that we had. Okay, I don't see this as an ending impulse, right? Forming the double top. It looks absolutely horrible. So I'm looking at it still as a corrective structure. as a 3-wave structure. However, there is a way of counting this as a 5-waver. I just don't like it. It looks horrible. But regardless, if this were to be an impulse, you know, your wave 2 cannot get beneath the wave 1. 1, 2, and then 3. I don't think that is the scenario that we're looking at, but as long as you maintain above this low, it is a possibility depending on the recovery that happens in the next coming days. We've hit the 0.88 Fibonacci, which is an uncommon wave 2 level, Fibonacci level. Most commonly, you do hit in between 50% and the 7/8 Fibonacci. And this movement does just not look good at all, right? But it could be a zigzag move, a zigzaggy move, not the most beautiful. Okay, it's yeah, definitely in the way to count this as a zigzag, you cannot count this as an A wave right over here from the highs to these lows, and a zigzag because an A wave needs a 5-wave move down. So you'd have to count this as the A wave, all of this movement down, and this as a kind of a B wave running flat, and this is the C wave, and the B wave is extremely long. It just doesn't look right. It does not look right for this to be a wave 1 and this a wave 2, guys. So that for the moment is an unlikely possibility, but it's there, right? It's there, where you do have this as a wave 1, this as a wave 2, and then you form your wave 3 in the next coming days, right? And break all-time high. I do not favor that scenario. One scenario that I do favor is that all of this is part of a correction. All of this is part of a correction, and that we will be heading back to all-time high. However, now I have a little bit of doubts that if we are going to be taking out the lows, or we are going to be forming an expanding move here, or a contracting move, either expanding like this, right, where you do have 5 waves like this in an expanding wave, and you are forming here a possible ABC flat from this all-time high back in December. All right, the 17th of December, we had that all-time high. You do have a low, a high, and a low. So you got a zigzag move right there, which is pretty clear from all-time high. And right over here, you have also this very, very disturbing zigzag as well, right? Where you got that movement up. You got this one right there, and then the big pump, right? When, you know, this was when Donald Trump, I think, was entering the, you know, president. I think this was the day that he entered, if I'm not mistaken. There was some news or something here, forming this very, very zigzag move. So is it possible that we do form an ABC flat? Now, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, you do have the counts right here. You do have this count over here getting above all-time high. Now, the question is, what the heck are we forming right there? The most bullish case scenario is 1, 2, 3, which, you know, I don't think is the case, purely based on the pump that we had here and purely based on this correction. It's extremely dodgy to count a zigzag here in this move. The B wave has to be a running flat, and it's extremely long. You know, there's no other way in counting this as a zigzag right over here than actually just taking a look at this dump, this as the B wave, and then this as the C wave. There's no other way in counting it here, so that would be the only scenario, and your B wave is extremely long. So that's also an improbable scenario. So what are we looking at here in the next coming days is a possible larger bounce, guys. We're looking for a larger bounce. This is why I'm leaning on the chance of Bitcoin, and if we pump from here, then so be it. I'm going to miss out on this long. So it is what it is. However, I probably wouldn't even have entered anyway, because I was looking at the 50% Fibonacci and the VWAP. VWAP for me, the session VWAP is good support, and I'm looking at the lows here to the highs. And yeah, we basically, you know, my whole idea here, legends, right, And, it might not happen, but overall it's a plan. We create plans and we wait for the price to come to us. Wouldn't have entered this long anyway. If we do get this movement up and then this movement down, we have a wave A, wave B, and a wave C, possibly. And maybe this has been the end and we're rolling down. Or we have a wave 1, we have a wave 2, and we have another wave 1 and another wave 2, and now we're going to break out here in a third wave. I am leaning on the chance that Bitcoin could do that. And this is a classic moment to do so when it's extreme panic mode. Long liquidations have gone through the roof. It's like, okay, everybody's wrecked now, so maybe we can go to the upside, right? Maybe we can bounce now because everybody's wrecked, right? Over 2 billion in long liquidations are wrecked. So, I'm favoring the possibility that, the bounce could definitely happen. And what is nice about this bounce is the possibility of a 1-2 here, a double 1-2. Now, if that were to be the case, I would love to see a big breakout here in a wave 3. The other scenario would be that you're forming an expanding move, which would still be bullish. Okay, not an expanding or a contracting potentially. It's maybe very, very channely here, a little bit channely. Maybe you form a double top and you start rolling over. If the price of Bitcoin does take out the high without breaking out this trend, you could be speculating that this has formed a contracting move to the upside, meaning that all of this bounce could be a wave 1 or a wave A. So I am really paying attention here on the breakout, which either explodes or it forms a little bit of a double top situation, right? Where you form that fifth wave. If this is going to be the case, if we form one more wave to the upside and we do not break successfully, I will be paying attention to the correction, guys, because I will be looking at this as an A wave or a 1 wave. It doesn't matter. I will be looking at all of this as 1 wave to the upside, meaning that the corrective move that happens later will likely be a B wave or a 2 wave, and I will be looking for the local highs to be taken. Of course, I need more information on this. The information is taking out the highs and start correcting. If this were to be the case, then it's game on. I will be paying attention to the lows for a sweep. I'll be paying attention to the different Fibonacci levels, such as in between the 50% and the 7-8 most commonly. If it is a B wave, it without a doubt could take out the lows. So we'll be very, very cautious eventually. It's not going to be easy. But the main long position that we talked about just a few days ago, this was last week when we had the news event on Wednesday, which I did manage to get into a long position. We talked about the contracting move that happened right over here. Okay. So this Bitcoin's forming a huge amount of contracting moves. Okay. I have to say, contracting diagonals is a big thing for Bitcoin. It happens a lot. This is basically the same explanation from the previous stream. Let me just hear that this is, the volume is good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We are good. This is the same explanation, right? But with different price action that was on Wednesday. I longed here because I studied the correction on the different scenarios that could happen, right? This was explained on the live stream throughout Wednesday and did manage to get into a beautiful position right there because, we talked about the possibilities of a triangle, take out the low. This would be the plan, long here, and we did form a flat here in the Y, right? So it's going to be crucial to see the next price action if we break out successfully from the local highs or if we do not break out successfully. If we do not break out successfully, I am looking at a possible contracting move, which eventually you're looking for a correction and then a pretty nice bounce to the upside. So the thing about this move right over here, it could be happening in the next coming hours, right? This is very, very much possible. This is the thing, we create plans. I am actually quite interested in a long position at the VWAP and at the 50% Fibonacci from this pivot low to the pivot high. just in case we form a double 1-2, and if you get into the third wave, then you're absolutely the king, right? If it does break out successfully, then it is what it is in that third wave. I missed out on the long, but I would prefer to hit at least the 50% Fibonacci from this pivot low to this pivot high with the VWAP as a minimum target for your second wave too. I mean, that would be nice. We hit the VWAP, boom, and then we get the bounce. Beautiful long trade. You trade it as a swing failure pattern, meaning that you get beneath the VWAP, you get back above the 50%, you trigger the long, and your stop loss is beneath the low. We front run the level. We did front run the level, so if we take out the highs, so be it, right? So be it. There's other trading opportunities and other plans, and this is the one that we're creating right now. If we roll from here, I'll explain the different scenarios, okay, that I'm waiting for throughout the stream. So make sure to destroy the like button if you enjoy the content. Regarding this scenario that I explained, if we do take out the high one more time, we have the possibility of, without breaking out, okay, the resistance, of forming a contracting move to the upside. A contracting move diagonal, right, in a 5-wave structure means that this has been one wave. All of this is one wave. Then all of this is another wave, and then this is another wave. You know, I was looking for another wave last week on Wednesday, Thursday. I wanted another wave up. And if this does happen, then we're looking at something similar. I need one more high. If you form one more high, we are forming a contracting move here, or expanding. It doesn't really matter. But if you do break out from the highs and you reject, you got a 5-wave move up, meaning that this wave has been completed. And then you're getting into the bearish wave. That bearish wave, I am looking for a long to take out the highs, right, where I'm looking for that recovery. I want to be in this wave. I want to be in this wave right over here, just like I wanted to be in that wave, okay, over here, when we were analyzing the correction throughout, you know, Tuesday and Wednesday. We were analyzing this as a correction and looking at the next wave up to take out the highs. So that is one scenario. Now what you need to pay attention here is we need that kind of structure. We need still the price action to move here to the downside. So we need the highs to be taken. I would be very skeptical in shorting here. But overall, if we do this and we start breaking down, I will be paying attention to the corrective move that could happen here. It's not going to be easy. Corrective moves can be extremely complex. So we're just going to have to build up the different scenarios and trading opportunities in the Legends trading community. All right, I'm not sure if I'll be live on YouTube, but if I do see something which is very clear to sniper a trade, then eventually the Legends trading community on Discord are the ones that will have that information first of all. Okay, if you want to join the Legends community, you do have the 4th link down below in the description, guys. You get the Discord, the modules, you know the deal. If you want to learn how to trade properly and consistently, right, with no adding to position and not getting liquidated on these movements, guys. This is for me. If I'm not in a short trade from higher, this is a big fat nothing event for me, right? I stay away from this volatility. So let's go, guys. Let's see how many likes we do have. Okay, let's see how many likes we do have. This also could be an ABC move, right? This is the danger of this price action. Could this be an ABC? It's a zigzag. We're rolling down. The only thing that we have right now, right, looking at this price action, let's see if Tradingview does load up. There we go. The thing is that what we do have here with this price action, it is very, very choppy. Very, very choppy. Very, very choppy here. We have the possibility of a double 1-2 right there. 1-2, 1-2. Now this other 1-2 has really come up too far in my opinion. It is longer than the second 1-2. So yeah, I'm leaning on the side that, you know, maybe this zone could hold. Maybe we're forming a very, very large correction. preferably we get at least to the VWAP, and the 50% Fibonacci. And if we break down, we break down, right? This is the only zone where I want a reaction, a movement up, and I would speculate on that long position. I would see this as a very, very long corrective move, potentially a triple zigzag kind of formation. We're not going to micro count this, but it's still interested in that long scenario. If we don't break this solid support, which is the VWAP and the 50% Fibonacci from the lows to the highs. So that's, you know, in a nutshell, this is something that I was sharing in the Legends trading community, which I'm sharing here right now because price action has been relatively boring throughout the last few hours, and just paying attention to this zone. If the price action breaks down from the VWAP, then I'm just gonna have to wait patiently to lower levels, right? The fact that a 112 is still very much possible if you do not take out this low over here. You can still form a 112 as long as you do not take out this low right over here. So the next big major level eventually is these higher lows with the golden pocket. It's round about the golden pocket, and that is the zone that I would be paying attention for a possible reaction. So it's going to be, you know, very, very interesting the next coming hours. It's going to be very interesting. If we break to the upside, so be it. So be it. I'll have to say I missed out on this day trade long of a move of a few $1,000s. But we need to remain patient. You need to have a trading plan. You need to have where you're entering, where you're having your stop loss. No entering into longs and adding to the position as the price is going against you, because you'll get wrecked. And we do not get wrecked here, guys. We create those plans and possibilities, whether they play out or they hit or not. But we create those plans, okay? If you follow them or not, that's, you know, not my problem. But, you know, the scenarios are given and the good risk management is given, which is, I think, what is most important when you take a look at these different technical analysis channels. Because these different channels, you know, they'll tell you, yeah, the RSI is oversold, you know, we're buying right now, it doesn't matter, you know, no stop loss, or I'll add to the position here. It's oversold, we should be reversing at some point, so I'm just randomly jumping into a long, right? You can, you know, go and take a hike if the price goes against you. I'm here to help, guys. I'm here to help in creating my plans. And it is going to be boring, guys. A lot of the times it's like, you said this level. It's all about levels, guys. It's all about levels. I'm waiting for a reaction at that level, and I know where to enter, and I know where to put my stop loss. If price goes against me, I get stopped out, so be it. But I'm not going to hold a major loss to get wrecked. Long time ago, guys, that this does not happen to me. Only on the spot bags on altcoins, but that's a long-term investment, and you just wait for a reversal, which I couldn't care less. So anyway, let's go through the comment section. I'm going to set some alerts because, you know, it's going to be interesting. We might be hitting these levels throughout the next coming minutes. Maybe that is if we do not pump and take out the highs. I'm really not interested here in a short. Maybe you could short the lower high resistance. You know, I'm not this kind of trader myself, but for basically my strategy here, I'm going to set some alerts where I'm interested where the price wants to hit, and then go from there, to see if the price does recover. Something interesting is that we do have some very strong bullish CVD divergence, and we haven't taken out the high since we have created those bullish CVDs, which is good, guys, okay? Basically on bullish CVD divergence, what we're looking at here is the price action forming higher lows and the CVD forming lower lows from this dip right there. We were already forming lower lows on the CVD right over here. That's good. That means that there is a chance in taking out these highs. However, I want the best entry. We also got the lower lows on, the rest of exchanges, right? Higher lows on price action, lower lows on CVD. People are shorting here, which is good. It's a recipe to take out the highs. So let's see if we get one more push to the downside and get, you know, I'm waiting for that zone basically. Depending on how the price action moves to the upside. Okay, let me just quickly go through the different scenarios. you know, this would be absolutely perfect, guys. You know, the thing is, if we do form a contracting move, it would be perfect as a first wave, and then you form in between today and tomorrow your second wave, and then you form a nice 3-wave move up, right? Or a 5-wave move up. So you do get that kind of zigzag move. That would be absolutely epic, because what I'm looking at here is either forming an expanding move, right? An expanding move to the downside in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 down. You get that major move down right over here, which would be a kind of another big major shakeout to form a large ABC. We need to do those kind of 5 waves here. It's going to be very, very interesting the next coming days how the price does develop. Or on the other side, you could still form a contracting move. However, this movement has been a little bit overextended, but as long as your 4th wave, you know, if you do take a look at these lows right over here, as long as you're not channeling this and you do form a, you know, a low somewhere in this region, a lower high right there, somewhere in this region, you'll still be forming a contracting move. So the possibility here of forming that contracting move is without a doubt a possibility. And then, you know, forming resistance and then that movement down. A contracting move is still possible. It is still possible where you're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you kind of sweep up the lows possibly, and then you get the reversal. And you formed a very large flat here. And it gets people absolutely bananas, right? They just don't know what to think anymore, if this is bullish or bearish or, you know, or giving up. So if we do move up, here, legends, if we were to move up, and we break out, I'm going to check some levels. We got today's levels. We got previous week levels and previous month levels as well that are interesting to have on the chart. Previous week lows is slightly above the highs here, so I would have to consider a double top here just based on the 5th wave, because I did short a double top based on a contracting move last week right over here. This was another short that I did manage to jump into, and it was based on a possible contracting move. This double top was shorted as an SFP, and it had to do with a contracting move. You had this first initial wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 forming 5 waves, wave 4 and wave 5 forming the double top, and then, you know, this was actually a pretty good short. So I will consider a double top here if we manage to hit the highs, only because of a contracting move. If we break down, then so be it. If we break down, then, you know, we're eventually not looking at this. This has to form a higher low in this zone and then get a move to the upside, and that's what I would be interested in. Okay, but we need to, obviously without a breakdown, I'm interested in this high based on that scenario. Okay, so yeah, we got the previous week low. When we go to the weekly candlestick here, the weekly chart, we do have that previous low, okay? Previous week low. Previous week low is right over here. That could provide internal resistance on the lower time frame. So a double top is possible. It is possible. And you also have a possible structure formation here. You know, if this were to be the case, we're just about to take out those lows. Let's see how we take out those lows. It's going to be very interesting how we do so. So a double top here is an option. That is if we don't break down. If we do break down, let's see, we've got VWAP. We're just about to hit those lows. Just about to hit those lows, and the 50% Fibonacci with the VWAP is going to be looking very, very interesting. I'm setting alert as well. I've got an alert here at the VWAP just so I can go through the comment section. Mic is not working properly. Let me know. Oh yeah, sorry guys. Let me just double check. My man, Aditya, is the mic good? Let me know right away. Having some technical issues. We should be having the mic pretty well now. I think the mic is good. I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone. I'm looking at this scenario because I would be very much interested, depending on the reaction, to jump into a scalp long with very good risk management, guys. There we go. We're crossing down here to this level ever so slightly, just tapped that VWAP. We're getting the selling pressure in. Lower lows on the CVD. Just about crossing that VWAP at the moment. Let's see if we get a wick. Let's see if we get a wick. And I'm going to be looking to get into a position. Yeah, if you are interested in trading, guys, by the way, if you are interested in trading, you do have weeks, okay? You got the greatest bonus down below. You got 50% fee reduction on your trades just by using my link down below in the description, guys. And you just need an email and a password to sign up to weeks, okay? This is one that I've been using throughout the last couple of months right now. And I'm absolutely loving it because, oh, there we go. We did get that reaction. Getting that reaction. I'm going to put a small position here. Tight-ish stop loss at the lows. The VWAP is getting a reaction. Yeah, if this one does not get a reaction, it was a small position. If we do gain a little bit of strength to the upside, then I'll probably add to that position. Next level, if it is invalidated, I will be paying attention to these lows right there. I would be looking for a swing failure pattern. And this is a bit of a, there is some risk on this trade purely based on an ABC here. If this is an ABC move, then there could be a little bit of risk. But overall, we're managing risk very, very nicely. The moment that this does manage to turn around, then obviously it would be nice. The risk to reward is much, much higher, right? Let's see how this develops. The bullish CVD divergence are there, guys. The bullish CVD divergence are there. We are having lower lows. There's a lot of interest in shorting here. And these lows are very, very poorly. They are poorly lows. No big major breakouts. We do have lower lows on the CVD, higher lows on the price action. And the 112 scenario is a possibility. It is a possibility. Let's go quickly through the comment section and then we'll dive in through some different altcoins. Ladies, you are the exit. And he bought 1 million sis coin. Am I going to make it? Says Salvador. Let's take a look at this one right away. Let's take a look at sis coin. Let's see if that VWAP does manage to hold on like a beast here with the 50% Fibonacci. We are forming the bullish CVDs. If not, the next level, I'm going to keep it very strict here, guys. If this low does not get a reaction, then down we go to lower levels. The ultimate level that should hold here would be the 7/8 Fibonacci, which is with the previous month open. Previous month open should be the one that actually holds on here. If we do, get that volatility, this is only if you are speculating that this is a double 1-2. This low is your invalidation level. So you don't want to be playing around with any adding to long positions. You want to maintain risk like a beast, guys. That's what we do here best, because whoever did not maintain risk throughout the last 24 hours, if anybody got into long positions throughout Saturday or Sunday at 100,000 or 98,000 and was using more than a 10x leverage, then obviously got wrecked. Okay, let's go right away through comment section. Somebody saying that they bought 1 million. I mentioned short setup today that played out perfectly, says Aditya. Absolutely awesome, absolute beast as well. Looking at a beautiful short setup that played out beautifully, which was also looking at this. Shout out to you, Aditya, by the way. Looking at this as a 5-wave move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this right over here was a 5-wave move in a contract. Yeah, kind of, well, it doesn't matter. It was impulsive. And there's been an A, B, C right there. Shout out to Aiden in the Legends Trading community talking about this local top right there. In the setups channel in the Legends Trading community, guys. I mean, we are here talking about, different setups and levels with extreme good risk management. I mean, hey, this is coming down to the lows. Shout out to you right there, Aiden. On this short position, looking for that double top scenario, right? Which was basically taking out those highs, which is already looking at that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is, perfect wave analysis right over here. From this pivot, when you have a movement up and a correction, you want to count the waves. We do have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you do have that possibility of rolling over from this area, as you do have 5 waves, and this could definitely be an A, B, C, right? And we're going to come down to the lows. That is without a doubt a possibility. However, the other possibility as well is a double 1-2, right? And nobody wants to trade a double 1-2 in a massive downtrend. It is risky, but you need to risk it for the biscuit, and you need to have very good risk management. That's all it takes. Small little losses, just put them in. They are fine. Small little losses, everybody will be fine. However, what I do like about this possibility of taking out the high is we do have some pretty nice bullish CVDs here, right? We do have some shorts entering the market, and that's what we want to see. We do have people shorting here, and the fact that these movements is looking very, very channely movement, right? Very wedgy. There's no power here just yet. I mean, the power could come right now. If this is a double 1-2, then yeah, it's not going to be looking good. If this is a double 1-2, right, and then we get in the third wave, it's not going to be looking good at all, right? We're going to head down to lower levels. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's see if that VWAP does manage to hold on with the bullish CVDs, and let's see if this level does not hold. I'm going to be looking at potentially this zone right over here, and if this zone does not hold, then eventually, looking at the lows to be taken. If it does not bounce here, or it does not bounce here, I'm not longing anywhere in this zone, because if you take out this low, mamma mia, this ain't going to be looking good. This ain't going to be looking good if you take out this low. The fact that you can form, you cannot form a double 1-2. I mean, this will be very likely an ABC, and you're going to possibly come down and take out the low, which is going to be very interesting. Let's see. I mean, these are the zones that look like they could have find some support. Let's go right away. Volume. Yeah, volume. What about the volume? Volume, yeah, volume is pretty flat. Volume is pretty damn flat. Anyway, shout out to Aiden. You know, for me, the VWAP is already a TP zone, okay? Anybody that has short, anybody that's watching from the Legends trading community, there was a short provided here from Aiden. Shout out to him. The VWAP for me is always a TP zone because we are day traders. VWAP is a problem. VWAP is support many times. And you don't know if the bounce is going to be epic or the bounce is just going to be a little bounce and you're going to break down. Regardless, if you're shorting based on Elliott wave theory here, based on this local double top on this fifth wave, speculating that it is a C wave that was provided from Aiden right there. You know, we got some pretty interesting target zones, but I mean, TP1 was already hit, which is basically down at the VWAP, 94,400. Shout out to you, my man. TP1 was already a hit here at the VWAP. Let's go through the comment section and analyze the situation. I'm going to set some alerts here at the lows. Going to be a little bit defensive here with the trade and set some alerts at the lows to see if we do break down. And we're going to take a look at some altcoins right away, legends. Okay, so VWAP for the moment is holding and bullish CVD divergence is on the formation. But apparently we're forming some bearish ones on Bybit. Screw you, Bybit. This is what we do not want to see. A bunch of longs entering on Bybit out of nowhere. Screw you, Bybit. Screw you, Bybit. We don't want anybody long in here. Yeah, we got some local bearish CVDs, which is eventually not always the best thing. So local CVDs have more power than the higher time frame CVDs. So we do not want to see that here locally. So it's you know, you need to be defensive with your trading setups based on the data. Be defensive. And then a local double bottom here or breaking out and testing this low is going to be another attempt for me. Let's go right away through the comments section. 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽, please. Somebody said that he bought 1 million tokens of 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽. Okay, let's take a look at some altcoins because we're not here only to focus on Bitcoin, mainly Bitcoin, but we're also going to take a look at some altcoins, baby. Oh, 1 million tokens. That's, you know, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, like I said, I mean, if you want to buy low, there's we at the lows of the bear market. Guys, was this the bull run in 2024 on altcoins? Was this the bull run? Holy moly. I could not believe this, guys. So many altcoins and pretty decent projects are back below the bear market lows. This is insane. You know, if you want to buy low, then, you know, how much low can it go when you get below the bear market lows? Because last time we went below the bear market lows, we can see right there, hey, this did take a few weeks to recover, but this was the low, right? Bear market lows, dip beneath the low. This recovered pretty nicely. It came back down to the bear market lows. The recovery was okay. I mean, it did do a 3x. It did do a 3x if you would have bought beneath the bear market lows. However, I mean, this came back down to the bear market lows. I'm not sure what is your profit strategy. If I would have bought this here, I can tell you I wouldn't have taken profits on this movement up. Now we are back at the bear market lows. So if you want to buy cheap, then yeah, you know, every time we've dipped down the bear market lows, it's actually been a good buying opportunity throughout the last 2 years. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Could we expect something like this in the next coming weeks, regardless if it's only a 2 or 3x? You know, maybe there's some pretty nice gains to be made. So I have to say, if you want to buy cheap, Guys, will crypto dump more, says 𝗬𝗫𝗿. Well, I can tell you what. It is cheap right now. It is dirt cheap. If you would have bought, okay, let's just go with Polkadot, which is extremely performing horribly, right? It's a very, very bad performer. If you would have bought Polkadot in 2023 at the $3-4 range, you know, you could have done about a 3x on average just a few months after. Did you take profit or not? Well, that's all up to the people, right? I don't know. If you would have bought here in October, November of 2024, yeah, I mean, this did bounce just under a 3x. We've only just come down here, guys. A V-shaped recovery, I think, is very, very unlikely. So it might test the lows a few more times, and it might consolidate for a few weeks. And then maybe we get the recovery, right? You usually consolidate. There's not much of a consolidation here. But yeah, I mean, this is, if you're expecting a V-shape, then I think it's probably going to be sideways. But regardless, I think it's an awesome DCA in zone. I don't see Polkadot breaking down successfully and going down to $2, $1. You know, any wicks beneath the level and consolidation is kind of the option here. So take that with a grain of salt. Looks like DOT is a meme coin. Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, DOT doesn't look great. It doesn't look like a top L0, which is an L0, right? Blockchain project. It's just very disappointing with Polkadot, I have to say. It is disappointing. Bitcoin going back to $102,000, says Tyron. I do think so. Yeah, very, very much possible. Very much possible, yeah. When we do take a look at Bitcoin on the higher time frame, let's get some levels out of the way because we don't need them for the moment for the higher time frame. Going back to $102,000 is, I think, without a doubt, an option here. This movement to the downside, I have to say, it still doesn't look impulsive, right? You might think you must be out of your mind. Of course it's been impulsive. Look at the major drop that we had. The thing is about this movement down, if this were to be a third wave, I mean, from all-time high, like I said, it just does not make sense here. For a double 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and then the third wave, this should have been going to much lower levels, I have to say. Could it actually dip down from here and go to lower levels? Yes. But it's unlikely, in my opinion, for a double 1-2. And the main reason why is this second 1-2 here. If this is a 1-2 and a 1-2, and you're in your third wave 4-5, 4-5, your second 1-2 here was a 3-wave structure, right? It was more like a 3-waver. If this is a wave 1 from all-time high, then all of this needs to be a kind of a correction. If this is your wave 1 from all-time high down to here, and all of this is a correction, that is if you don't count this as a double 1-2, then what you're looking at here is your ABC in a kind of a running flat, which is extremely long in time as well. So it kind of decreases the probability that this is a wave 2 and this is a wave 3. I'm still leaning on the side that what we are forming here, guys, is part of a larger correction, and that we'll be heading up to all-time high in the next coming weeks, guys. Despite of whatever happens here, I think that the top is not in for Bitcoin with this double top. And we'll be heading up to all-time highs, guys. I know it's hard to believe right now. I know it's hard to believe. That is my personal opinion, that the top is not in for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at some altcoins. Dogecoin. I haven't taken a look at Dogecoin. Let's take a look at Dogecoin right away. Why not? What's going on with Dogecoin? Holy moly. I bet it's got, wow. Yeah. Absolutely epic dump, guys. I want to take a look at XRP. Regardless, it still looks very corrective compared to the pump that it's had, right? Regardless, it's got a beautiful bounce at a resistance support flip here. Beautiful bounce right there throughout the last few hours from the highs of March of 2024. XRP is one that I want to take a look at, because I assume that XRP did get a pretty decent dip as well. Yeah, it did get a pretty nice dip. There's no chart in the history of humanity, guys, that goes up. I want to get a clean chart here on XRP, and I'm not sure if I have one. Let's just go here with this one and go with a regular chart on the weekly. There is no chart, holy smokes, that had, look at this, guys. The last few times that XRP had this incredible pump, 2017, it was not that incredible in the bull run of 2021. If you've been buying XRP in this zone, when you have this massive hockey stick, you want to take some profits, right? I'm not saying sell all of your bags. I never sell all of my bags on anything. I take, 10%, 5%, or 50% if I'm flipping some altcoins. But without a doubt, this is a good zone to take some profits, because, lots of people back in 2021 on XRP, they did expect the all-time high to be hit. That was not the case. On some exchanges, we did hit the all-time high of 2017. Anything that goes up like this too fast, it's just a good time to take some profits. And there's actually people saying your last chance to get into XRP before it goes to $10, right? Ah, man, guys, if you buy up here, you're going to be in serious trouble. You're going to be in serious trouble. You're going to have to hold on to some unrealized losses, maybe for weeks or even many months, if not years, right? This is no zone in a million years to take, to buy up, guys. This is a zone to take profits. Stay away from buying something that's gone up like this. Seriously. Regardless if it goes to $4 or $5, the risk to reward is not worth it. Anyway, let's take a look at Ondo. Ondo. BlackRock behind Ondo. We know that. We know that BlackRock is interested in Ondo. So I assume it has to be good, right? Ondo. Let's take a look at Ondo, because Ondo is real world asset protocol. Pantera Capital portfolio. Yeah, Ondo is it's a good project without a doubt. There's big VCs behind it, but it dumped regardless. No matter how bullish and partnerships and investors there is behind it, it did take the hit. Everything takes the hits, right? So looking at Ondo here, legends, I mean, I have to say, it is a bullish project. There's big investors behind this. And I would assume that these big investors would buy on the dips. Looking at the technical analysis, I mean, this is a relatively newish crypto since last year. You would have to go with the most bullish case scenario here, which is a nice pump after the launch of the crypto, corrective, and now this next pump. The most bullish case scenario is that this is a 112. The bearish case scenario that this has had its bull run already, which could be the case, guys. I have to say that, this was trading at 15 cents back in 2024. This one did over a 10x. 10x is pretty good in 1 year, right? It's big returns. I know VCs did get in earlier, so if they want to sell out at 2x, they probably will. They're not as greedy as us guys that we want 20, 30, 50x's, right? But regardless, the most bullish case scenario for Ondo here is that you form a 112, and you do not want this to be an ABC. You enter the bear market, and then this recovers in the next, several months after the bear market. So the most bullish case is that you form a 112 right there. And in this 112, you do not want to lose this low. That is your invalidation. And it's all the way at 50 cents. That's more than a 50% drop here. So, I mean, any accumulation in this area, which is commonly for your wave 2, 61878, is not a bad idea, especially on this kind of, flash crash, which usually gets a major bounce. You get a kind of a dead cat bounce, but it could be rangy here for the next coming weeks and then get the recovery, right? You're still forming that wedgie structure. There's probably going to be some time, but the most, it's an awesome project. Even though it's an awesome project and you got big investors behind it, it doesn't mean that it's going to thrive. If Bitcoin's topped out and altcoins have topped out, eventually this will be dragged back down. But this is the buying zone, in my opinion, if this is going to be a 112 and you get that major rally in the next coming weeks. Andy, take a look at Trump coin. Wow, Trump coin probably got wrecked as well. I think I did take a look at it this morning. Trump coin. What happened to Trump coin, legends? What happened to Trump coin? Did it collapse? It completely collapsed, guys. Yeah, completely downtrend. It did look like it was trying to find a bottom here, but it just continued down. There's nothing to chart about this. It's down big time. Shorts getting wrecked more currently. Wow. Shorts getting wrecked. How are you doing? Lauren, how are you? Much love. Trump coin to $9. Very possibly. Very possible, yes. Let's analyze Bitcoin, guys, because, that VWAP is trying to hold that support level. It is doing a good job for the moment. Still haven't come down here to test the VWAP again. Oh, I mean, I like it. There's going to be a lot of eyes with this Bitcoin area. Is this a dead cat bounce in an ABC? And we're going to break down to come to the lows, or does the price have a chance in forming a 11212 and we get that third wave and we get a nice recovery, guys? I mean, we should be holding either the 50%, the golden pocket, or the 7-8 are your levels to hold for this 112, and you can manage risk like a beast here. You don't want to hold on along if this turns out bearish. You want to manage risk like a beast if this scenario does play out. I mean, what is favoring the scenario here is bullish CVDs. However, you're forming bearish ones right now as well. People on Bybit want to long. People on Bybit are longing. People on Bybit are longing right now, and it's forming bearish CVDs. Let's see if those bearish local CVDs are invalidated by taking out this high. And that would be incredible. If we take out this high, then we're going to take out this high. That is for sure. So let's see if those bearish local CVDs are invalidated. Anybody that longed the VWAP in this move for that speculative 112, there we go. Let's go. We're getting those longs pumping up now. Yes. Let's go. We're going to take out those highs. That means that we're likely going to take out these highs. There we have it. Those bullish CVDs. Come on. Take out the highs, will you now? Take out the highs. Oof. It did on the CVD here. Let's go. Let's go. We can pump up now. We can pump up. Anybody that took that long trade at the VWAP, could start being a little bit defensive. This needs to break out. This is a TP1 zone. It is happening. This is a TP1. Depending on the smash out, you can take most of the profits or no profits at all if you smash out through the level here. Let's go. Bitcoin pumping with the potential of that double 1-2. Let's go. Let's go. If this is a third wave or contracting move or a third wave. Let's go, baby. Come on, Bitcoin. Destroy those highs. Let's go. The fact that we hit the 0.88 Fibonacci means only one thing. Oh, we did not hit it, but we're going to hit it very likely now in the next coming minutes. There we go. Highs are going to be taken as we speak. Let's go. Let's see if we break in a third wave or we form a contracting move here. And whatever happens, let's put out some levels here and analyze. We've got the previous week low. There could be some resistance. If we double top here, guys, and you longed right there, it's time to take some profits. If we double top, if we reject from the highs, okay? As long as we're above the highs, you can hold on that long. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's break out on a third wave. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Pretty nice. Let's take a look here at the... Oof. Yeah. Previous week low. We are above it. We are above it. This could be a third wave, legends. This could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And this is going to pump a few more $1,000. Let's go. As long as we are above the high, we are good. If we reject, it is take profit time. It is take profit time. If we're rejecting right now. So I would take some profits from that long position. Anybody that entered. Wouldn't be too sure of shorting right now. Still looks pretty okay. Yeah, the thing about shorting here on this possible contracting move is that this could still be a third wave. It could still be a third wave. 1, 2, 1, 2, and there's been a third wave. I mean, that would be perfect just because of the amount of bearish sentiment that we do have here. Anybody that got into the long, it's time to take some profits. Anybody that got into any long position right there, it is time to collect some profits. We bounced at the VWAP. It's a nice little move of $1,500. Yeah, I mean, from 94.3, 94.2 to 96. Yeah, I mean, it's over $1,500 for a nice little scalp. Now, what's going to be interesting is, I'm not trusting this short position at the moment. Just realizing that this could still be a third wave. So I don't like this. If you did enter the previous week lows was your level to speculate on a double, basically getting in at the best level possible for that short. The previous week lows at 96,100, which is where we are getting that little reaction at the moment. But still, I think the bulls do have a chance here to see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I would be very defensive here on shorting. Would be very, very defensive. If we do reject now in the next coming hours, legends, who got into that long position? Let me ask on the poll. Did you get into the long position that has been provided here on the live? Guys, this is what we do. We create day trade plans and we just trade the plan. We do not do anything else. Anybody got into the long position? Let me ask on a poll right away. Did you long Bitcoin at the VWAP? Just going to keep it simple. Did you long Bitcoin at the VWAP. Anybody? I know it did not look good, guys, but did you long Bitcoin at the VWAP? Nobody likes it. Nobody likes longing when you have a dead cat bounce with a 3-wave move up, guys. Right? This doesn't look good. Nobody wants to long here because it looks like it's going to roll down, but you're managing risk. If you entered the reaction at the VWAP, your stop loss is at the lows and your take profit, as mentioned, is at the highs. This did play out nicely. Speculating on either a contracting move, which has a chance, but I'm going to give the chance to the bulls right now. Get those bulls pumping the market, get the recovery, and we end up forming a third wave here. I'm leaning on, I would be out of that short, guys. Me personally, if I would have taken it. I'm going to give the bulls a chance. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. And the recovery is going to be pretty epic. Not too interested. I'll tell you what, I would be more interested in a long position if we move down from here in the next coming hours, and from the moment we sweep up these lows, I would be looking for longs, because then we have the same scenario from last week, right? Basically last week between Tuesday and Wednesday, where we had a contracting move like this, and then, you're looking for this to be a wave 1, wave 2, and then an A, B, C, or wave 1, 2, and 3, whatever. But yeah, it's going to be looking pretty interesting if we correct down in the next coming hours, guys. If we come down in the next coming hours and we take out this low, I'm going to keep it simple. I'll be looking at this as a one wave and this as another wave, depending. We might form a WXY, we form a triangle, we form a flat, we form a normal zigzag. I don't know what's going to happen. We need that price action to develop the waves. But if we were to reject from here, I personally would not short this, guys. This could be entering into a third wave and it gets explosive. So this for me is a no trade zone. No trade zone here. No trade zone. Or we reject or we reject. Well, this is a no trade zone. I wouldn't be shorting this pump, me personally, just because I don't know where I'm putting my stop loss. Right? I mean, unless we double top here locally and you can manage risk like a beast, but it could double top. That previous week low is not interested. I would be extremely defensive here. If it's no longer a contracting move. Yeah, it still could be a contracting move, and it's not reached the highs of the channel. It still could be a contracting move. Not interested in the short, guys. I have to say, I'm personally not interested in shorting this pump eventually. Let's see how many people did manage to get into the long position on the poll, because I know some people must have got into the long position at the VWAP, even though it does look, this is the scary moment. 42% of people said yes, managed to get into a squeezed day trade right over here. Based on bullish CVD divergence, we had higher lows on the price action, lower lows on the CVD, giving us that probability that at some point we are going to be taking out those highs right over here, which we did. Very nice indeed. Let's go. I got into the long, says Chico. Much love. My prediction over 2 days, we are back. Okay, very nice. We are back. We are so back, guys. Remember, if you are interested in trading, Bybit for me is number one. However, you do have weeks which you do have an incredible bonus down below. 50% fee reduction on your trades and $20,000 deposit bonus, guys. Make sure to sign up with the link down below, okay? It's the second link to weeks because you just need an email and a password, guys. Check it out. You got the best bonus available, guys. So now Bitcoin, you know, yeah, I don't know. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we correct from here. If we do correct, by the way, if you're long, guys, it's getting choppy here. It's not a bad idea to take most of the profits. Leave some open. It might explode, and we do finally get that 1, 2, 3, boom, double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and we suddenly get a massive recovery. It is possible. It is possible, but the contracting diagonal is also possible. It's going to be a little bit difficult here. It's going to be difficult. You should manage risk if you try and get into double tops here. I'm not going to attempt it, guys. I'm not going to attempt this short position, but I would only enter at double tops and put stop loss above that high of the rejection. So congratulations, guys, whoever got into this long position at the VWAP. This is the absolute key of remaining patient, guys. Remaining patient. Managed to jump on the long trade right over here. And this is why if we bounce, as mentioned, if we move from here and we take out the highs, so be it, guys. I'm only interested at the VWAP and at the 50% Fibonacci from this pivot low. So this is a perfect example from this stream. Remain patient, guys. Just wait for the level, the technical level and the technical trade, which is getting basically a reaction. Tap the VWAP and the 50%, get above it, stop loss at the low, entry zone, and the risk to reward in this case was over a 4-5 to 1, right? So whoever got into that trading setup, whoever sees the education valuable based on how to look for trading opportunities with good risk management, the levels, based on why could this bounce from this zone. We talk about the CVD divergence. We had some pretty nice bullish CVDs, okay? Higher lows on the price action, lower lows on the CVD. There's people shorting here getting absorbed, and they're probably going to get stopped out here with their stop losses at the highs. Remember, there is a lot of people that would believe that this is an ABC move. And when you believe that this is an ABC move, you believe that the price is going to roll down and take out the lows again in this dead cat bounce, giving you that liquidity pocket above the highs. Now, if you are looking to enter a long position or a short position, you need to understand the levels that you would enter as a short or as a long position. So in this case, why would I long here? Or why would I long here if I got stopped out from my first long? Because you have the VWAP and you got 50% Fibonacci. And then down here, you have the 618 Fibonacci and a sweep of the higher lows, which is, you know, pretty interesting level as well to speculate on the long position. And you are speculating on a possible either double 1-2 and you enter a third wave now in the next coming hours, or you form a contracting move, right? Which is a contracting diagonal in a 5-wave structure. In this case, you formed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's very possible still you're forming a, yeah, it is getting into a wedgie structure. It is possible that you do form that contracting diagonal. Bit aggressive short based on the third wave. It could be a 3-wave here formation. I don't like it too much. What I would love is to see a 3-wave move in the next coming hours between today and tomorrow. If we do get down like this, the moment we get below this level, I'm going to be looking for long, guys, because I realize that, you know, we have formed a 5-wave move here. So it's probably going to be a higher low and then move up. But you're going to have to analyze the CVD divergence. You're going to have to analyze, you know, previous month open is a possible level. We need that 3-wave move, right? Very important. And shout out to Aiden today in the Legends trading community, because we analyzed very carefully the internal waves. The reason why the Legends did manage to enter a short position in this area as we had that double top and target the $94,400 was because if you analyze this wave to the upside, and this one, in this latest wave, we did have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And shout out to Aiden that did provide that short setup explaining why entry zones, take profit zones, TP1 was hit, TP2 was not hit. Every time we get to TP1, eventually you be defensive, right? You protect, position protected. Very important to give that guidance to the people in the Legends trading community and explanation behind every single trade, guys. If you want to join the Legends trading community, you have the link down below, okay? It is the 4th link down below, guys. You got the modules to learn, you got the guidance, and that's what everybody needs, because then you become profitable and then you leave and you do this on your own. You don't need anybody else, okay? The idea is not for you to be, 10 years in the Legends trading community. It's for you to learn, look at the setups, understand them, and then look for yourself in the future how to get into those setups, right? You don't need anybody else. No YouTuber, nobody, nadie. Just you by learning the skills and the tactics, right? So you have the 4th link, guys. And it's a fast track, right? You got the fast track to learn the exact strategies and how to read the charts. S&P 500 is going down. Well, let's take a look at that right away. Let's take a look at the ES, because ES is going down, which well, it's getting a bit of a bounce. We've got that massive CME gap. It's not going down. It did go down, but it's not going down right now. We do have the gaps, guys. We love gaps. Fill the CME futures gap. Why not? It's getting a bit of a bounce right now. So yeah, been getting resistance from the low of the gap. It might want to fill the gap as we speak. $102,000 CME futures gap on Bitcoin. You know the deal. I don't really pay much attention on the BTC CME futures gap, but let me see over how many votes here. Some people got into that day trade long, guys. Over 300 votes on the who longed the VWAP based on the analysis at the beginning of the stream, Legends. We talked about the analysis at the beginning of the stream. At the beginning of the stream, the VWAP held, guys. It's this was a setup that was talked about throughout the live stream, and let's just take a look at how many people out of over 300 people, by the looks of things, 43% of people, so over 100 and give or take 150 people did take that long setup. Congratulations, 150 people got into a nice, profitable trade with a plan, right? Explaining the situation. You need to take profit, Legends, okay? It's a nice move of 1,500, right? Or 1,700, depending on where you entered. This is what we do, guys. Nice trade in the book. And now we look for the next scenario, guys. It's going to be a little bit difficult here because you do have the extreme bullish case. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? You're going to have to analyze the waves very carefully. And if we do start dipping down, it's going to be looking pretty damn good, guys. I even believe that if we dip down in the next coming hours, we are not taking out this low. Okay, so if we were to get the dip here, Once we cross this low, I'm going to be looking for longs, but I'll have to analyze the waves, okay? Depending, because if you do get that movement down here very fast, if it were to be the case, that if you move down very aggressively, I realize that you could bounce and move back down and then form the zigzag here, right? So it's either zigzag like this, or it's a zigzag right over here. Boom, boom, bang, right? If you do form that third wave already beneath this low, that is the moment. One-to-one extension. I will be paying attention to the previous month open, the golden pocket from the low to the high. You get the deal, right? You need to build up that possible setup, but we need more information, and this might not even happen, right? We might be breaking out here in that third wave and then form 4545 heading to 100K. So anyway, check BTC liquidity. Yeah, that is also, something that has happened right now. We've been sweeping up some liquidity on this movement on the lower time frames. We did get a little bit of a liquidity grab, and I mean, liquidity is still looking pretty okay to the upside. Lots of short liquidations, people shorting late, guys. Yeah, 96, 97. We did create some this would be pretty epic. Come down to sweep up that low in the next coming hours. I mean, I would be interested in longing this low right now, as we have formed this possible contracting diagonal, okay? If we dip down, boom, 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 sweep up that liquidity beneath $92,500, I would be interested in a higher low here, without a doubt. But that's only if we were to come down, and this could take many hours. You need a nice 3-wave structure here to the downside. Anyway, I would be interested. Let's see what the price does. I am aware of bullish case. This could still pop to the upside, and if we do correct down, then I would be looking for. We are going so much lower, says 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗵. I don't think so. I don't think we're going so much lower. Could we test the lows from the drop early this morning? Absolutely. This could happen. However, like mentioned, this is still highly likely corrective, and whatever happens in this zone is just going to still be a bunch of volatility, a lot of nonsense, a lot of noise, and that we will head up to all-time high in the coming weeks. Still backing up that theory. So 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗵. And at the end of the day, what we do, guys, is we look for day trading opportunities, right? Just like the one that was provided at the beginning of the stream right there. Hit that VWAP. This is the moment to enter, and we're targeting the highs. Okay, this was the level, the setup mentioned on live stream. That's what we focus on, day trades, and giving the explanation so people understand why did we bounce there, right? Why did we bounce? What was the bullish case? Where are you entering? Where are you taking profits? And why? Right? So this is there is an explanation behind every single trade, guys. The explanation behind this long setup was a possible 1, 2, and 3. You go to much higher levels. A possible contracting move or expanding, it doesn't matter. But you take out this high regardless. Bullish CVDs from higher lows, lower lows on the CVD. We had some people shorting here, believing that this was an ABC, creating that liquidity pocket, giving you the possibility of a bounce at the VWAP and 50% Fibonacci, or maybe the golden pocket. Maybe the golden pocket as you sweep up this low and then get the movement up. It would still be valid. And you only look for those 2 levels. 7, 8 also is a possibility at previous month open. But your stop loss is glued to your butt, right? You don't get wrecked with this kind of trading, guys. This style of trading is impossible to get wrecked because we look at the reactions and we enter on the reaction and stop loss is glued to your butt. So it's impossible to get wrecked. It's impossible if you trade like this, guys. Seriously, it is impossible. You cannot get wrecked. It's just not. It's, you know, people that get wrecked is people that add to position and have irresponsible ways of trading. All of the trading styles that I mentioned in the live streams, it's impossible to get wrecked. Impossible. Because if I tell you that you get into a long position on the reaction of the VWAP, your stop loss is glued to your butt. And if you get stopped out, then it is what it is. It's a small little loss. But if you go to the highs and you take profit, it's a 4-5 to 1 risk to reward. You could leave some open just in case this is a third wave. I mean, it is eventually you had to take profit because you're getting a reaction at the highs. You need to take profit. It's just there's no thing to it. If we go to higher levels, then yeah, good. You know, this could be a third wave. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 heading to 100K. Very much possible. But it's impossible to get wrecked with these strategies, guys, that I talk about here. Impossible. If you get wrecked, it's not my fault. That is for sure. Anyway, let's go right away. Risk management is 100%. Yeah, 100% is your risk management, guys. If you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the different possibilities, looking at Bitcoin, then you need to smash up the like button. Let's see how many likes we do have. Just 400 likes. We can get to 500 likes right away because we are over 900 people and we got some people longing on the stream and still maintaining some longs. I'm not liking any shorts at the moment, guys. We're going to leave it go because it might be a third wave and I don't want to get wrecked. I don't know where to put stop loss. Local double tops can be a little bit of a risky attempt, but we might just leave the price and let it do what it needs to do. Once we form that third wave, then we'll analyze a possible 4 and 5, okay? And hop on the train. Overall, let's smash up the like button, guys, because we did get, out of 400 votes, 41% people saying that they longed the VWAP based on the analysis that we were just providing about an hour ago. And we got the bounce at the VWAP Legends. Nice bounce of over $2,000. Let's go. Explanation, entry zone, target zone, stop loss area, all explained, giving you the reasons how this style of trading is impossible to get wrecked. Let's get that like button to 500, guys, if you enjoy the content and becoming a profitable trader with the content, guys. Make sure to smash it up and I'm out of here. Once we get to 500 likes, we'll be back and we'll analyze the comment section and take a look at some altcoins. Whoever got into the long position, congratulations, you managed risk. So if you get stopped out, who cares? It's a small loss, but this has been a 5 to 1 risk to reward trade. Yes! Like button is getting destroyed. I know it is. Let's take a look at some altcoins. Hang on a second. If we do, yeah, it's not looking more like this could be a third wave. Huh? This could be a third wave formation and we're going to rip, guys. I would not be doing any shorts here right now. No shorts for me anywhere in this area. Not even local double tops. Jeesh. I mean, there is that risk of forming a third wave, okay? So I'm not interested right now. The long was taken. We are moving up. So let's go. Rune is pumping. My goodness. Please tell me that Rune is pumping, because I did buy a bag of Rune. Holy moly. Okay, yeah, Rune is getting a little bounce. Okay, I mean this crypto got wrecked. I did buy a bit at $2 range, down 50%. I mean, I put very small amounts on this, guys. It's like for, you know, if it bounces and I make a 3x or 4x in the next coming months, then okay, happy days. But we're not going too crazy on this collapse, which, you know, might be the best buying opportunity. But yeah, Rune basically coming down to the base. It is bouncing. There is, you know, there is a chance when you have high volume on a major collapse, it could signal a local bottom. This is I'm gonna hold this for the next coming months. I do see a recovery happening. Ethereum, let's go right away and take a look at Ethereum. Any nice daily juicy support levels out there? Absolutely. Let's take a look at Ethereum because there's a lot of Ethereums here. Holy moly, Ethereum got a epic drop down, and eventually it's getting a pretty nice V shape at the moment, right? Well, it got a bounce. Let's not say V shape, but it got a pretty nice bounce. You kind of got supported here from the trend line, higher low support trend line. You know, I'm not a trend line trader, but it just tested these lows right there and got a pretty nice bounce. Let's take a look at the anchored VWAP. It's probably hit the anchored VWAP from the bear market lows. It's very possible. Let's just double check here. I haven't been analyzing Ethereum. Oh, no, it's still far away. That would be pretty nice. If we get a dead cat bounce and we come and test the lows, this could be an epic long position. SFP, anchored VWAP from the bear market lows, providing resistance support flip. I mean, this could be the one. Get another flush. How many flushes do we want before we run up to all-time highs on Ethereum? We could have many. We could have many. This price action, without a doubt, is disturbing. Let's get these trend lines out of the way. Don't need them. Oh. You have to be an absolute sniper if you want to catch a swing failure pattern from these lows. I did not long this eventually, but my goodness, we just swing failure pattern from this low. Oof. Just about tap that low. My goodness. Very aggressive. If you want to catch a falling knife, you need to have your pivot lows ready, because there will be one that you might get a reaction and you instantly put your stop loss beneath a low. Instantly, guys. There's no adding to position or any of that nonsense, guys. I know many people that have lost a lot of money with this drop, and maybe you know them. For me, it was just a walk in the park. Portfolio's down. Okay, that's no problem. But regarding trading, you know, there's a big fat nothing burger. Especially because I don't trade the weekend most of the times. Taking a look at Ethereum here. Fixed volume profile. Yeah, this value area low and value area high of the entire range of the last few years is going to be an interesting level without a doubt. Basically, this box right over here, which has provided resistance throughout last year, is going to be interesting. We are heading up to this zone. Yeah, it's a classic dead cat bounce area. I mean, I don't trade Ethereum, I have to say. I don't trade it. It could, without a doubt, be a possible flat. man, if this, I mean, it could be a flat structure. It could be a flat correction, just because you've taken out the high here and now you're taking out the low. It is possible, but then you would have to count this A wave as a 5-wave move down, and you got a truncated 5th wave right there. 1, 2, 3. There's been overlap right there. It's very, very volatile to analyze the waves here in the case of Ethereum. We're going to pass on Ethereum, guys. The volatility is crazy. You know, there's no good setups that I could come up with here on Ethereum. You know, is there a good short? Well, if we are considering this movement down, I can tell you where this needs to find resistance. If we are considering this a 3rd wave, yeah, if this is a double 1-2, the only bearish case that I could come here with, if we are going to get, you know, bear market, from the highs created here on Ethereum in December, right, getting above $4,000, you got your first wave, corrective wave, another wave down, and another correction. This either is a double 1-2, and this is your 3rd wave down. You need to find resistance. Yeah, you would have to take it here. If this is it, yeah, from this pivot right there to this pivot low, this needs to find resistance at the 382 or the 50% Fibonacci to roll back down to claim the lows. I mean, you don't want to be the last guy shorting. This is a massive long liquidation event, guys. You know, the price has reasons to bounce up here in the next coming days. So, I mean, shorting can be a little bit tricky. That 382 is getting resistance as we speak. It's struggling at that 382. And if this does not get the pullback, the 50% needs to get the pullback for the bearish case. The moment you start coming all the way up to $3,000, overlapping this area, then that is extremely bullish. If Ethereum manages in the next couple of days to hit $3,000, it's going to be looking damn bullish, guys. You know, despite any correction that could happen after hitting those highs, it's going to invalidate the impulse. And all of this will be corrective with the confirmation of hitting $3,000. If we hit $3,000, it's a confirmation that all of this is corrective and that we'll be managing to recover in the next coming weeks. So it's going to be looking very interesting on Ethereum based on you know, are we going to manage to hit this level in the next couple of days? Because it will invalidate the impulsive move down to get strong continuation. This is the area where it needs to roll over for the bears to maintain control. If the bears do not hold at least the 2,800 as resistance, then it's the bulls will gain control in the next coming weeks to break out. BTC up as you predicted, fam. BTC is moving up. It's, yeah, this is not an area that I would be interested in shorts, really. Very, very nice. Very, very nice bounce from the VWAP. It was the day trade of the day. Thanks for the Ethereum TA. My man Werner, very welcome, my man. It's just very quick. A proper analysis would need to be at least 20 to 30 minutes. But you know, I'm not going to do this on the live. I might do this separately for the Legends trading community. Might analyze a little bit of the different scenarios that could happen for Ethereum. But I mainly focus on Bitcoin and Bitcoin. The bounce was taken here. There's no shorts to be taken here. There's just no real shorts, no big major resistance. And there is the risk of forming a 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 here, as this could be a double 1-2. Okay, there is that risk. So there's no easy shorts here to be taken, in my opinion. This is why we are not shorting. 𝗖 looks, we talked about 𝗖 ever so slightly at the beginning of the stream, and 𝗖 is down. Portfolio is down, guys. You know, that's something that is inevitable when you buy the dip and it keeps dipping, and you buy the dip and it dips again. It's just this scenario was basically invalidated. We did take out the low. However, it could still be part of a zigzag or a WXY. More like a zigzag. ABC. Just because of this 5-wave move up, this could be an ABCDE. It still looks pretty good, I have to say. Even though the lows I've taken, I'm holding a little bit of a loss, not much. Slightly down on this one. It's not a bad idea to scoop some, guys. You know, buy the dip till it keeps dipping till it does not dip anymore, and then you got a great average buying zone. There's no secret to it. CRV, please. Shall we take a look at CRV? The one that I want to take a look at, guys, is 𝗬𝗨 Network, because 𝗬𝗨 Network came down to our entry zone at 11, almost 10 cents. Look at this. I mean, I would want to scoop up some 𝗬𝗨 Network. This is an awesome project. However, it's been, you know, lots of people been taking profit eventually. Lots of, you know, big players. This did go to over 300 million market cap, which is, I mean, still small. But the importance of buying here and taking, I did take 50%. I would have sold everything if I would have known that this was coming. But you need to take profits regardless. So I'm happy that 𝗬𝗨 Network is one of those altcoins that I did manage to make money on, right? Realize money, realize profits. So yeah, let's take a look at CRV. Did not buy CRV, but did get a pretty epic pump parado. Woof. Yeah, big collapse also on CRV. Could be interesting because now we have this base that did provide support today on the drop. Got a beautiful, well-respected level, which is the, you know, 45 cent zone. 40, 45 is where we got the bounce today. It's been a very strong, respected level here. Regarding accumulation, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about this. I mean, this has broken the structure. We do have these insane shakeouts, guys. Insane shakeouts do happen in the bull market, right? So I would wait for a range, guys. I would really wait for a range, just like we did here, to confirm that we are bottoming out very possibly, right? On many altcoins, take a look at Bitcoin. It is aggressive buying, in my opinion. You know, this might even come down to the lows. We don't really know. We need a bottom formation. Absolutely epic. We're getting above 500 likes. You guys, Sarah, you're very welcome. I think it's a matter of being a little bit patient, guys. If you want to buy a little bit the dip, I think, you know, it's not bad. You shouldn't be shaken out, but I wouldn't go too aggressive. Don't go all in. Make sure to have some cash on the sidelines. We don't know the outcome from the news, right? Last time America increased tariffs like this, it was in 1930, and it triggered the Great Depression. However, there is a good outcome out of this. This is a great video. Right, I was just checking here, Tristan Snell. There's a great video that really shows that this is good to pay national debt in the long term, in the next coming several years, because the debt in the US is, I don't know what it is right now, probably 35 trillion or more than that. I haven't checked it. But it did trigger a depression, right? A recession for several years. And when we take a look at the interest rate cuts, we had something very similar happening in 2008. We started cutting interest rates, right? And that's when the recession triggered. Also in the dot-com bubble, 2001, right? Interest rates went up, stayed flat for a few months, start interest rate cuts, and that's when, basically it was too late. It was too late. The interest rate cuts was too late, and the recession triggered. Same as 2007. Interest rates went up, and you realize late that, let's start cutting rates because it doesn't look too good. But I was too late, and eventually the recession kicked in. So are we going to see something very similar? Has it been too late that we've cut rates because we found this plateau? Interest rates were going up in 2022, and 2023 was flat at 5%. Was it too long? Was it too late? And we're going to start seeing that recession kicking in the next coming months. The data is there compared to previous recessions. And now we have this tariffs as well that, the last time they increased was in 1930. And this triggered the Great Depression, right? The crack of 1929, as they say. Hey, let's just let's trade Bitcoin. Let's trade Bitcoin. Let's trade the levels, because despite a recession or a whatever, we have the levels. We trade level to level. We trade based on the chart, and we scratch dollars from the market, almost every single day if possible, right? On day trading setups, just like the one provided at the beginning of the stream, that played out very, very nicely with a pump of over $2,000, almost $3,000 right now. And it said, most of the profit should have been taken here, but you can hold on a little bag, because this could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. We're heading up. Says a bro on Twitter. Tariffs did not create the Great Depression. They may have been a catalyst, but not the root cause. Yeah, I know. That is for sure. Not only because of that, the Great Depression was created because of tariffs. See, it's coming down now. Not at the moment. Not just yet. Pushing up. Let's take a look at Chainlink. I have not sold any Chainlink, guys. You need to know this. No Chainlink has been sold on my side, but I do want to sell some. Got a major flash crash as well on Chainlink. I haven't sold any Chainlink. Still believing that we could see higher. Just a major liquidation event beneath the lows that we formed in January. Still looks corrective. We're getting these flash crashes. The movement up that we had throughout October, November is pretty damn awesome still. This is just a bunch of noise. Still think that Chainlink could recover very nicely in the next coming weeks. It's holding strong, guys. I will think about selling a bit of Chainlink if we get above $30. I will really consider it, just because I have a lot of Chainlink and I want to sell some already. Okay, I'm in profits and I don't want it to come back down to my entry zone. And I'm just aware of an ABC here, an ABC move, and one last push, right? Not reaching all-time high, and then we enter a bear market multi-year. I just don't want to hold on another bear market with the amount of Chainlink that I have. So as I do expect Bitcoin to hit all-time high at some point in the next coming weeks, that will trigger a recovery for good solid projects such as Chainlink, right? And other ones such as ICP, Solana, all these high cap good projects, L1s, and good projects such as Chainlink as an oracle. If I'm expecting another all-time high on Bitcoin, this is going to be good for altcoins to recover at some point. So I'm giving my faith just on the Bitcoin technical analysis that I do see it hitting all-time high, regardless of whatever happens here again. So I'm confident that that's going to happen at some point, which means I'm going to hold on to the good solid altcoins, well, to every altcoin really, because I do see a possible recovery, and I do see Chainlink getting above $30 in the next coming weeks. So thanks to Bitcoin analysis, If Bitcoin behaves, then altcoins can recover. If Bitcoin goes down, then altcoins are wrecked. But if I do see the chance of Bitcoin hitting all-time high in the coming weeks, I'm going to hold on, and I'm not going to panic sell, and I'm going to wait, in the case of Chainlink, to take some profits above $30. You know, will it rocket from here? Then hopefully yes. But overall, that is my strategy based on my biggest altcoin holding that I've been buying for the last few years. And most of the holdings, because I had more cash here, was made throughout this range between $5 and $7 on average, right? Which is still in a pretty damn good profit. More profits here. That's going to be a little bit of my strategy. I won't sell all of my Bitcoin, but I will sell a chunk, maybe 20% or so, because yeah, I'm just kind of want to see the cash. Let's keep it clear, right? We need to take some profits. This is a ferocious market, and we don't know what's right around the corner. But Bitcoin's looking good for all-time high. Hey, pretty nice bounce on Bitcoin. It is still moving up. Yeah, this could be a third wave formation. Oh wow, yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. This is why this is a dangerous area to look for shorts, guys. You know, it's not interested in shorts based on the 1 1 2 3. You know, and it does look like we're getting into a third wave here. And then 4 5 4 5. Right, whatever happens here in this zone. Legends, remember, if you are interested in trading, you do have Weeks, okay? Weeks is a great alternative to Bybit. Bybit for me is, you know, my favorite, you know, for trading and buying spots. But Weeks is a great platform because you only need an email and a password, guys. You only need an email and a password to log in and trade. And you get the biggest bonus with a link down below. It is the second link actually, down below in the description. All right. So you can trade right over there in a matter of minutes, guys. Muy importante. Very good, Weeks. Shout out to Weeks, who's a sponsor of the live streams. And you do get that incredible bonus and 50% fee reduction, guys, only with a link. It is in the pinned comment. 50% fee reduction. I mean, that is awesome. A lot of people complain about the fees. And if you get 50% fee reduction, then that's absolutely awesome. Let's take a look at Link will hit $200. Man, Link BTC chart must be looking amazing. A long time since I haven't checked Link BTC chart, but I have faith in you, brother. I have faith. Hey, Bitcoin heading to $100, $100,000. There we go. Third wave on the formation, guys. This was definitely an option that could have happened on Bitcoin. Whoever longed that VWAP is, you know, making some pretty nice gains. If you maintain some of that position open. Yeah, this Link BTC chart looks awesome, right? This is like really looking, really getting to the bottom formation here. And, you know, we do expect some kind of rally, right, to outperform. I do expect Chainlink to outperform at some point Bitcoin, even though it's just a little bit, get a breakout of the bearish structure. And that will be the moment to take a bit of profit. Okay, BTC 98.5K. BTC is doing pretty damn good. It does look like that we got the third wave formation here, guys. 1 1 2, and we're in the third wave. It is happening. Two scenarios was either a 5 wave in a contracting move or a 1 2 3. 1 2 1 2 3. I would be cautious here with shorts, guys. You could get some little corrections and pumps forming 4-5s in the next coming hours. I took profit, says Toaster. Absolutely awesome, guys. This long position was mentioned at the beginning of the live stream, being aware that we could test the highs and even form a third wave just at the beginning of the live stream. What a nice, beautiful trade. And actually asking the community on a poll. We do have that poll live still. 40% out of 630 people managed to long the VWAP based on the 1 1 2 possibility. And We're in the money, guys. We're in the money. Congratulations to all of those traders out there. Manipulation at its finest, says Matthew. Well, you could say it's manipulation, but you could also say that the VWAP could have been support with the 50% Fibonacci, and this was a double 1-2, and you're forming the third wave, and you're going to form 4-5s based on the analysis at the first 30 minutes of the stream. You could also say it was part of a technical move that we were predicting that it could happen based on an entry, a stop loss, and how to trade this setup. But we can call it manipulation as well. We can do that if you wish. Who bought the dip, says Matthew. We did. 𝗕𝗶, please, Andy. Shall we take a look at 𝗕𝗶? Let's take a look at 𝗕𝗶 right away. What's happening? I assume that this one got a devastating shakeout collapse as well, like most of them. Let's take a look at 𝗕𝗶. Oh, 𝗕𝗶's doing pretty okay. 𝗕𝗶 did not have much of a shakeout. Is this no major dip on 𝗕𝗶? Ooh. It's actually done pretty damn good with the shakeout from Sunday to Monday. It's getting well supported from the base of the accumulation that we had throughout August to October. 𝗕𝗶 looks pretty promising, huh? It looks pretty promising. Accumulation, breakout, retracement, getting supported here. 𝗕𝗶 could be a good bet for the next coming weeks, I have to say. Any trade right now? No, the day trade was this one. There's no major trade right now. We need to really analyze the pullback here. The pullback is going to be interesting because I would be looking at Fibonacci retracement from the low to the high. Once we get a pullback down to the 382 fib, then it could be interesting. Maybe the previous week close could act as support for that internal fourth wave to claim the highs. If you do get a bounce, 236 would be shallow, but but maybe 236 or 382. If it is in conflict, depending on the high, you're gonna have to analyze the three-wave structure here to look for another 4, 5, and maybe 4, 5 right there in the next coming hours. Very, very possible. Legends, stay safe with your trading. I'm glad some people managed to long the VWAP here. This is a move of over $4,000 in the end. My goodness. Profit one. You could take some more profits now on the way up. If you want to leave some open just in case we smash all-time high in the next coming days, then you can do so. But take most of the profits, guys. We still are in a very, very aggressive downtrend. Volatility is very much real. We could come back down to the entry zone. Thank you very much, everybody. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed the education and the setups and, basically talking crypto. Thank you very much for joining, and I will see you tomorrow or in the Legends trading community on Discord. Thank you, and bye-bye.